Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to my channel update for November 2017. I do these at the end of each month, just so I can let you, the viewer, know what has been going on and what I'm intending to do for the upcoming month. Although the last several months has been rather lackluster in terms of me actually meeting my goals. But hey, I've been doing at least a little bit on the channel, which I think is decent. Could be better. I admit, could be better, but we're moving forward. First, I'd like to thank all of the people who have newly subscribed, and I'd like to thank all of the people that have recently signed up for Patreon. Well, just a couple of you guys, but your support's really helping this channel forward. I know it doesn't seem like much, but what I've been doing is getting hardware for the upcoming year or so, so that I can handle pretty much everything going forward. Taking back a look at the last month, what I did was, aside from falling behind on my Let's Plays, which I need for the second or third month in a row, but I'll be getting those, getting more of those out. This month, it wasn't even a matter of just falling behind from scheduling. I've been finding that it's taking me a lot longer to record some of the Let's Plays than I thought it would. We'll go ahead and start with Divinity Original Sin. Like my last episode, I ended up sitting there for like 2-3 hours to get the footage for just the one episode, and it ended up being a little bit of a long episode. It was like I think it was like an hour and 20 minutes after I edited it down. But that was mostly because I kept losing. I kept getting my butt kicked. But hopefully not every episode's going to be like that. And in terms of my Underrail thing, I sat down last week to record. Some Underrail. I recorded for about 2 hours, and then I had a power blink, bloop, like that. And it was not enough to cause serious damage to any of my systems, and I really need to get a UPS or something. But it was enough to just completely trash the recording. So I sat there at the end of like 2 hours of struggling with that game, and I was like, man, I didn't even see a way going forward. I just kind of shut it off for the end of the night. But what that did allow me to do is I've now got, after I took a break from that, I've got footage for some retro RPG reviews that I'm going to start putting together a little bit. I'm not going to declare what they are, because I've got this like sneaking suspicion that if I start declaring what they are before I have them completely ready, I'm going to raise expectations a little bit. Just suffice to say that you should see some retro RPG reviews thrown in amongst my usual reviews. I want to say next month, but it may be like towards the end of next month. Aside from everything else, I did the Shelf of Many Things, which is what I ended up calling the title for my indie review series, and apparently that was very well received, in terms of my channel at least. A lot of people on my channel that watch my reviews liked that, so I am going forward with that format or something very similar to that format. I've already got at least 12 things I want to do for that particular. I've got the next 12 episodes of that already kind of queued up, not recorded, but I've got the products and I've already read through them, so I can go ahead and start doing those. Let's see. Yeah, expect a couple of weeks on that. I don't want to make that. I was going to make that a weekly thing, but I think for my own sanity, I'm going to make it like a once every 2 weeks or twice a month kind of thing, where you see a Shelf of Many Things come out, and then like something else, and then another Shelf of Many Things come out. If I can upgrade it to a weekly thing, I will. But as I said, this is not my primary job. I'm having to squeeze out the time to do this between about a dozen other things, and so far so good. Let's see. In terms of normal reviews, I'm going to get the normal reviews. I got a couple things I can do just the generic reviews on. The RPG Crawler review series, which I really need to polish off a little bit more. That's going to be for big press things or for things that have a decent following. Like, next one I think is going to be like Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition, and I will go back into some of the older modules and hardbacks for 5th Edition and get some of those out. and kind of flesh out that review series a little bit. I've got plenty to do, and then the indie stuff's going to, of course, go into Shelf of Many Things. Some of you may have noticed the Adventure Conquer King series system on my shelf. I recently got into that. Really, really liking it. I mean, I am really liking it, even though I can barely get any of my players to even consider it. But I may throw together a campaign for that at some point going forward. This is an odd one, and looking back, I was asked to do a little bit more interaction with my viewers, and I've been wanting to do that for a while, so I think I might do more casual videos on the side every so often. Not replacing some of the things, but you've noticed how my schedule's been a little weak lately. I'm going to try and get that schedule back up, as I've been saying for the last couple months, but I'm also going to throw some of this casual stuff in, not to replace anything, but just as an aside, just so we can interact better. I'm going to try and do at least one open stream. Like, I already do patron streams twice a month for my patrons, and I'm going to address my patronage stuff in a little bit later, but I already do those twice a month for my patrons. Think about one that's like just a general hangout where I go ahead and chat with my viewers. Maybe play a little game, maybe go ahead and pull a book out and read through it or whatever, and take a look at what the contents are. Do that maybe once a month and see how you guys enjoy that. If it seems a little bit on the boring side, it won't last long. But I'll throw something like that together. I can't say with absolute certainty that what the expected date on that is. It's going to be basically whenever I sit down and have a block of time and I've already caught up on my videos, which, judging from how things are going, that's the main reason I haven't done it. But hopefully, it'll come to fruition this next month. Let's see. What do I want to say? In terms of Let's Plays, still doing a Divinity Original Sin. I'm adoring that game, even though I'm getting my butt kicked regularly in it. Hopefully, I will learn not to suck so much at it, and we can go forward with some other stuff. I do have some more Elder Scrolls stuff planned, and yeah, I know I've already done, but I've got to finish off my Oblivion Let's Play, and I don't foresee doing that. It's going to be my next major one, I think. But I'm trying to schedule it so that it doesn't impact what I'm already doing, because I've got, I got maybe a quarter of the way into the game last time before getting derailed by a corrupted save, and I kind of want to breeze through that first quarter and not have a real drawn out Let's Play on it at the very beginning. Just because you've already seen that stuff, but expect that at the near future. Not at the near future, but in the future. I have no idea how long my Underrail and my Divinity Original Sin Let's Plays are going to be, because I have not finished those games, so I have zero clue where I am in them. I suspect I'm a little bit. I think I'm about halfway through Underrail, but I want to say that with a grain of salt, because a lot of the quests have been getting harder in that game, and I'm just going by my progress through the main quest line. I do have a walkthrough, because a couple times in Underrail I got so stuck I could not even believe it. So judging by the walkthrough, I'm about halfway through the main quest. The problem is that as you progress through the main quest, the quests get harder and longer, and so I don't know how long it's going to take. As for Divinity Original Sin, I haven't even looked at the walkthrough of that, because, quite frankly, I've just been having fun playing it, and so I have no idea. I think I'm just starting that one, judging from some other Let's Plays I've seen of the damn thing. I haven't watched them, but I've seen them come up, and they're like episode 100 and something, and I'm like, yeah, that's a long Let's Play coming forward. Other projects, I have a bunch. I have something like 30 projects that I want to do. Regarding tabletop and regarding old school role-playing games. I have like about 30 projects in the planning, and that's a lot of stuff, and I need to focus on just one or two. Let's see. I said that I was going to try and get the D&D retrospective out this year. I may not get the whole thing out this year, but I've got the next two of them scripted. I just got to record them. Actually, got to edit them, and then I've got to edit the script, then record them, and then edit the video, and we should be good to go on that. So expect some of those up very soon. Yeah, I said that last month, but this time I've got them pretty much prepped. I don't even have to finish scripting them. I've already got them done. Yeah, the next one's going to be BeckMe/Rule Cyclopedia, which I think I stated last month. And that one's the interesting one, because that's actually the edition I started playing D&D in. Was the old original, not the original red box, but the red box from Menser's revision. 83, I think, and I think I got it when I was like, I want to say like 6 or 7, maybe 8. So it was like in the mid-80s when I picked it up. Anyway, yeah, I'll be getting that soon. In terms of video content in general, this one's going to be interesting because my patrons have been very generous over the past year, and I've been my patron contributions have been ramping up, even as my YouTube ad revenue has been ramping down. Yeah, it really kind of sucks, the YouTube ad revenue kind of thing. It's getting to the point where I've been strongly considering, like, if there's any way to do it, like just making some of my content ad-free and just supporting it purely through Patreon. The only thing I foresee in that is that I'm not sure if I can like slap a Patreon link on videos that I don't have monetized, and that's my only kicker on that. If my Patreon reaches a certain point, and I'll decide in a little bit, but it can't be that far away, considering how little I make in ad revenue on YouTube. I'll figure out a good cutoff point, and once I hit that, I'll probably take ads off of like everything but my Let's Plays, or something of the effects. I don't like putting the ads on the videos. I was only doing it so I could afford to get new equipment, and I'm ending up. My very generous patrons have been helping me with that, and I was actually I put about 3 times as much into my YouTube channel as I earn from it, so it's a money losing proposition for me. It's a hobby at this point. I'd have to get many times more subscribers and viewers than I do in order to make it a money making proposition. But I've been using my income from my YouTube and my Patreons to buy hardware for YouTube, not only for recording but also for books and such to review. And so, because I don't get review copies of a lot of books, I get review copies of some books. I get review copies of some of my Indie Game Friday stuff. But a lot of times, what I'll do is I'll buy an Indie Game Friday thing, and if it's great, I'll keep it. And if it's not, I'll probably sometimes I'll do my review and then get a refund. But usually I buy them to keep them so I can take a look at how they develop. Because I try to cover only things that have some sort of merit in them. Some sort of positive thing I can say. Even if my overall review is relatively critical, there has to be a kernel of a good game there. Because if I was just going to review the random shit that they put up on Steam, I don't have it in me to do that. I'm sorry. And that's another another thing when I'm doing the indie reviews for the tabletop stuff. Has to be a solid product in there, at least some sort of redeeming quality in the product, or else why cover it? I'm not here to tear people down. I'm here to say, okay, you could improve on this, and this, but overall, I'm seeing some progress. It's worth my viewers' while to check it out, and I like to keep things fair on that front. But anyway, what was I going to say? I got really sidetracked. Oh yeah, my patron money. What I've done in the past year, it has enabled me to do in the past year, is I was able to upgrade my computer. A lot of you who are watching my Skyrim Let's Play probably noticed that the frame rate on that blew. And that's because the prior computer I had, I purchased it back in 2008. So I was running that. I ran that thing till I couldn't anymore. And honestly, a lot of my videos, like, I cover a lot of retro stuff. I cover a lot of old school games, so it really didn't matter for the majority of those. But I want to cover some new, some new release RPGs, and then it was just slowing down. So my new computer has been able to do that. Those of you who have been watching my Divinity Original Sin series have probably noticed that there's no frame rate problems or anything in there, and there would have been on my old computer. And I'm going to be doing some more modern stuff, like more modern Fallout types games. And my new system should be able to handle them. Even my old system, my old system would have choked on them. So that much is good. The Patreon stuff has enabled me to get a capture card for my consoles. So if I decide to, and I'd say if I decide, I've already got some console stuff that I want to record for the YouTube channel, so I can do that. And more importantly, I just was able to pick up a camera, not top of the line camera, but like a solid little camcorder that's going to let me do some stuff that's better than my cell phone could have got, and get some footage in here so I can get some reviews and I can get some general footage that's not just me sitting in front of a webcam with a static backdrop behind them. I'll be able to give you some look at my workspace, although I'll probably need to clean it up because this place is trash. I'll be able to give tours of my workspace. I'll be able to take some images of things, of like games in play. I'll be able to do some hard and fast images of some of these books, flip throughs of them from a different point of view than up in front of this camera. So it's really going to help. So going forward, I should be able to bring some more stuff. And my camera is being delivered, I've already ordered it. It should be delivered like first week in December. So this is, you may see more vlogs like this where I look at the camera like this, but after I get that camera, it'll really help things, help mix things up. And I've got all this equipment that I've been waiting to get. Not a great camera, again, as I said, not a top-of-the-line camera, but enough to get the job done and get some nice high-quality HD footage up there. And eventually, someday, I may join the realm of the 4K, but I really doubt that I'd want to do that anytime soon. The 4K video, it's nice and all, but I don't want. I've got the ability to watch it, but I don't watch it. I don't watch stuff in 4K unless it's absolutely. You don't need to see this face in 4K. You don't need to see some of these books in 4K. 180 or 1080 would work. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff my Patreon stuff goes towards is hardware and stuff for that. And we'll see where we do next year. I'm gonna set some new goals. I really appreciate everybody who's contributed. It's one of those things where like it's really heartening to be able to sit down and do reviews and do videos and know that they're entertaining enough that people want to support and see more, and that's really important to me. So thank you guys. Got a lot of stuff planned. Let's hope I get to it. I'm gonna try. I really don't want to become one of those YouTubers that promises big things and then like never follows through. I intend to follow through on almost everything that I've promised. I think that I can do that. And then once I do that, we'll see where we can go from there. For December, my plans for December are going to be my plans for last month, was to just get my video output up. I'm gonna polish the intros and outros. I'm gonna get a new end cards. The end card I currently have was done by the Bombshell Brothers and Sean Z, I think, of the Bombshell Brothers. Great channel. They don't put out as much as they used to. The stuff they used to put out was pretty hilarious, but I don't know what they're doing with their channel nowadays. You can check them out. But I'm gonna try and do like an end video, like a little video clip at some time in the next month that I can go ahead and put on there. And I need to redo the intros for my news channel, my news roundup. I keep getting commentary that a lot of people are really enjoying the news roundup, and I cannot say how much I appreciate that, because I got to admit, of everything that I do on this channel, And I'm going to come out and say it. The news roundup is my least favorite thing to do. And it's not because of anything involved in filming it or anything, but I got to do a lot of on-the-spot research, and it usually ends up being crammed in on that last day. And recently, I really need to talk about this, but recently I had like 2 or 3 sites that I use for my tabletop and my computer gaming news, because I'm not a first-person journalist. I can't rush out and follow every feed and still do everything I do. So it's basically I go on, look to see what other people, what news is broken, and then I take a look, and if it's neat, and if it's if it's well sourced, and if it's relatively important to either the tabletop or the computer gaming industry, I'll go ahead and throw in a mention. I need to start citing my absolute sources, but a lot of times I'll take a look. A lot of times I won't source it from just one place. I'll go ahead and get it sourced from like 3 or 4 different places to see what their take on it is. And I pride myself at being fair in addressing things. And I'm getting way off track here, but I guess what it boils down to is one of the reasons I don't like doing the RPG News Roundup. I still intend to do it because it's an important part of the channel. But one of the reasons I don't enjoy doing it is because, like everything else on the internet, a lot of bias and a lot of like political BS on both sides has started creeping up into even just basically the RPG industry's news feeds and stuff. There are RPG, like I barely check Twitter anymore, and that's because a lot of people in the industry, like a lot of Twitter feeds that I was following for news, like for a company's announcement, and a lot because of the activist nature. Like, everybody's an activist nowadays. Because of that, a lot of very unfortunate things have started creeping into what would ordinarily be neutral company news feeds. And I'm not going to blame this on people on the left or the right or whatever. But what I will say is this, is that when you're looking to just get the facts, if you're looking to just get a release date on a product, and you have to wade through a lot of that stuff, it gets really disheartening. So I'm going to continue to do it, but I guess what I'm saying is thank you, those of you who say that they really appreciate that one, because that one is one of the hardest things to stay motivated on. Everything else that I do on this channel, the reviews, the Indie Game Friday, the Let's Plays, the commentary, even the occasional rant that I do, I enjoy doing every one of those. I don't consider it work. I should, because then I make you get it out on a more regular scheme. But I don't consider any of that really work, because I'm really enjoying it. I enjoy doing it. It's a hobby that I really super enjoy. The RPG News Roundup stuff feels a lot like work, and it's a real pain to sort through stuff. So. Big shout out to everybody who really enjoys that. I'm going to keep going on it. I'm going to polish it off a little bit. I'm going to try and keep polishing it off, keep making it a little bit easier to watch. Maybe throw some background music in there, because I know that helps a lot. In fact, all of my videos need background music. What I really need to do is, maybe if my Patreon hits a certain amount, I'll figure it out. Not total per month, but like in the aggregate, if I earn enough from my Patreon after a while, I may commission like a theme song or something. Wouldn't that be neat? Like a instead of the dead silence that was on my. Although I recently threw some Incompetech stuff in there, but like an actual RPG crawler theme song, that would be neat. That'd be my goal for like the end of next year, not this year, but next year. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. I just need to man, this is I really got off the rails on this one. I really got just into the random ramblings. Then again, some of you say you like my random ramblings, so hey, there's no accounting for taste. I'll try and keep them entertaining in the future. I may do, as I said, I may do more where I address you guys, maybe talk about a few things. Got a train going in the background. I don't know if you can hear the the horn. Anyway, yeah, wow, I have really got off topic. In terms of like tabletop videos, I've got to edit some. I've got a couple ones I can throw out there, but my Tuesday game is when I do a game on Tuesday night, and that's where I get a lot of the footage for like my random stuff, like Goblin Gear and stuff like that, and other things. And that has been jumping all over the place lately. So I haven't really had a sustained campaign where I can edit the footage and put it up in a while. So hopefully I'll get that scheduled cleared up and get some like actual live play footage of my D&D games up. If I were to do like a D&D game for like my viewers, I already do a D&D game for my patrons. I do 2 of them actually. But if I were to do like a D&D for my like viewers, or like any role-playing game for my viewers, maybe an open viewer casting call or something for that, would you guys be interested in it? Like, let me know in the comments below or whatever. And if I get enough people that are really, really, really interested in that, I'll try to put something together. I kind of want to do D&D, but like, other systems would be cool too. Like, I could make like a Adventure Conqueror King system style sandbox, or do some old school stuff. Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, last month I also did I did the survey to see who would, what do you watch my channel for? And I always thought it was like a third, but the majority of the people, and I feel kind of bad about this, the majority of the people that watch my channel actually watch it for my Let's Plays or both. So, I guess my takeoff from that is to actually get some more Let's Plays up. Which, lesson learned, I'll try and do. What have I not covered? What do I have planned for next month that I have not covered? Why am I asking you this? You don't know because I haven't told you. Yeah, I think that's about it. Just kind of polishing things off and getting my vids back on schedule, and expect to see some more variations of stuff when I get my camera working. And at least 2 of the... I may not get the rest of the retrospective done, but you'll see at least 2. You'll see at least 2. There's 5 more left. Beckme, AD&D 2nd edition. I've got those 2 scripted. Then D&D 3rd edition, D&D 4th edition, and D&D 5th edition. Those last 3 probably going to be next year. I was hoping to get them all out by just... like, if I buckle down, I could get them out this month. This coming month. I could get them all out in December, but it would be a real rush, and I'd be putting other stuff off for it. So, if you guys want to really see the end of them and see me rush them, let me know that too. But I think overall people appreciate when I do a fair bit of research into them, rather than just try and rush stuff. And since that has been such a popular series, I do already have additional tabletop and retro video game retrospectives planned. So once I finish that, I've got more work cut out for me. Yeah, I think I've rambled at you guys enough. If you want to go ahead and let me know in the comments below if you've got any sort of feedback on my channel, good or bad, what you'd like me to see, what you'd like to see more of, what you'd like not to see more of. If you think that any of my stuff is particularly stupid and want me to drop it, let me know that. The usual. Just toss me a comment and I'll review them all. Lately, I've been getting a little bit behind on answering some comments because some people have been commenting on some of my really ancient videos. And I've kind of, like I've had some comments on some of my really ancient videos in a thread of other comments. And I don't want to do thread necromancy on that kind of stuff too much because, like, I know some people will comment on a video and then it'll alert them if they get another comment, and if they get a comment like a year after the fact, I kind of don't want to like, you know, push that into their alert feed too much, because I know it can be annoying when that happens. But I read every one of my comments, and I really appreciate it. Maybe I should do like a comment reading thing where I read your comments. But I gotta be frank, it wouldn't be very. A lot of people do that because they have really funny comments and stuff. But you guys have been like super supportive. Even the people that don't, even I gotta take back that. Even most of the people that have issues with my content are usually, you know, they usually do so in a very thoughtful manner. Not all of them, but even they usually do so in a thoughtful manner. So, yeah, I wouldn't see a lot of like really hilarity entertainment value from that. But you know, if you want to see me read some of the better comments, let me know, and I'll look back through them. You know, aside from that, I think I'm done here. I will stop wasting your time for this particular video. I will instead waste your time in the next video. This has been the RPG Crawler with my channel update for November 2017. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, comment if you've got feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content, both tabletop and computer. Until next time, take care and goodbye.